What's up, everybody? Welcome to 3D Rivals, your first line of defense against stupid movies. My name is DJ, and as always, I'm joined by my co-host, my sister, Dawn.
What's up, what's up?
Like the soap?
Like the soap.
Yes, like the soap. And my brother, Derek.
What's up, everybody?
Not like the oil Derek, but okay. So, your name doesn't go with anything. This week we're going to be talking about Thor, the Dark World of darkness and elves and stuff. Yes, Thor. We're going to be talking about that movie. But before we get into that movie, of course, we always want to talk about the latest news. And here's a few bits of news that I've gathered. First, apparently the writers and producers of the X-Men animated series have been in talks. So nothing is set in stone, but they've been in talks with Disney Plus to revive the series.
Yes. I mean, that is all I need in life right now. That's amazing.
Just to hear that opening.
I'm halfway through season 2 right now.
Huh?
What?
I'm halfway through season 2.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah?
there's 12 seasons. I'm on season 1.
I watched 2 episodes.
Shameful.
Look, I don't have time, man. Look, I don't.
What are you talking about? Yesterday you was talking about playing some game.
Okay, yeah, I could have watched it while I was playing the game, but
Okay,
I had
so
rather...
you do have time. You just haven't done it.
Whatever time I use to do whatever takes time from something else, okay? All right. So, yes, I would be down for them reviving the X-Men animated series. That could be interesting.
Or I kind of I started watching Wolverine and the X-Men 2 last week. I mean, you could put that back on.
Isn't that like a continuation of the X-Men animated series, though?
Is it? Is that how the X-Men animated series ended?
I don't know. I thought they wanted it to be, or maybe, it's not official. I think they were alluding to that storyline, though.
I don't know. I don't remember how the X-Men animated series ended. So maybe when I get to the end of that, I'll be like, oh yeah, this is a continuation. Either way, they're both really good, and either one of them can come back, and I'm down for it.
Yeah, absolutely. I would take that. My second bit of news is they're talking about doing a Knight Rider. Well, not talking about it. It is in the works. A Knight Rider movie.
Didn't they already do that?
A movie?
I think it was straight to TV, though.
No. Didn't they try to bring that TV show back a couple of decades ago?
As a TV show, yeah.
TV show, yes.
In the 90s, I'm pretty sure.
No. It was like 2000 something. They tried to bring that TV show.
It was
back.
like Team Knight Rider, right? Is that what you're talking about?
It was no. It was a live action grown man TV show. They tried to bring Knight Rider back.
I don't remember this.
I'm telling you, it was like 2005 or something.
I think you imagined it. If I don't remember it, then that means you imagined it. Obviously, that's how the world works. So,
okay.
My only thing is, how would you do that since Cars already do what Knight Rider does?
Exactly. It's not cool anymore.
True. It drives itself. It talks to you. We're all driving the Knight Rider car, to be honest.
I mean, it was nice in the 80s.
Well, because it was special in the 80s.
Yeah,
it can drive itself. It can talk to you.
It didn't have weapons, did it?
No. I think it just talked and told them where to go. First of all, that TV show came out in 2008. Don't tell me. I know these things.
Oh, okay. Well, this is a movie.
Either way, it's stupid.
Yeah, to be honest, now that you mention it, no, honestly, our cars are just Knight Rider cars. We got GPS.
Oh, Michael.
They talk to you. They can drive themselves. Got cameras and whatnot. I guess it doesn't have a printer, but who uses paper anyway, so...
First of all, why would it? That's dumb.
Oh, yeah, this is a bad idea now. Now that you've mentioned it.
Bad idea.
It's not going to be special at all.
No, it's just a car.
Like, oh, your car talks? Yeah, so does mine. Wow, how come no one has noticed that we have Knight Rider cars?
Maybe the movie will take place in 1982.
Okay.
they do that, then it'll work.
That's the only way they can do
I
it.
don't know who's gonna,
That sounds lame.
I don't know who's gonna watch it.
Everyone in their 40s. Duh.
True. Yeah. Yeah. A lot of Knight Rider fans. Did you know there was a Knight Rider convention?
They
Shut
should
up.
put David Hasselhoff in the movie.
No.
Hey, he cameoed in Guardians of the Galaxy, so
He did?
the second one, yeah. Because
Yeah, he
Peter
did.
Quill told everybody David Hasselhoff was his dad.
Um,
And he did a 2-second cameo in it.
oh, okay. Interesting.
So, yeah, he'd probably be willing to do that. Okay, my last bit of news, which I think is the biggest one. Hopefully we spend some time on it because we didn't really talk about much on the news today. Disney, on September 4th, is planning on releasing Mulan on Disney+.
Yeah. You see how much it costs?
Okay.
For $29.99.
Yeah. Yeah.
get out of
When I
here.
first saw that, I was like, "Oh yeah, that makes sense." And then they said $30, and I was like, "Nope."
Now
That's insane.
that was my initial reaction as well. I'm like, what? No, but it's not a rental.
Okay, but did you read that you only own it if you have Disney Plus? So I'm already paying $7 for Disney Plus.
Yeah,
Right. So on top of that, I got another $30, and if I ever cancel Disney Plus, I'd lose my Mulan movie.
yeah, that is also
That's
true.
kinda dumb.
Also, the downside to that is, they're talking it up like, oh, you get it, but eventually it will have to be free on Disney Plus, right?
Because you get it anyways.
A year after the movie comes out.
Yeah.
So you would pay for it in order to see it early, basically.
$30, by the way.
Which I don't, for some movies, because they're saying this is a one-off for Mulan. I doubt it. This is a test, basically, is what they're doing.
Definitely.
For some movies, it may work. Black Widow, people might pay $30 to see it
But
early.
Why is it not $20? $20 was okay, fine.
Yeah, the $19.99.
Right. And then, I feel like Disney is cutting themselves short by only releasing it on Disney Plus. I don't know why they didn't cut a deal with Amazon or, Apple or whatever so that everyone can get this.
Because they get 100% of the profit. Everywhere else, they don't get 100% of the profit. Disney is the studio and the streaming service. They get
I don't think
100%.
too many people are paying. $30 is way too much.
People
way
are going
too
to
much.
do it because this is a family movie. Family of 4 costs way more than $30 to go to the theater.
It should be $20 because I'm already paying $7 for Disney Plus.
The people, but see, you're not the target audience for Mulan.
I want to watch the stupid movie anyway, but no, I'm
That's
definitely
exactly what I just said. You're not the target audience for
not.
Mulan.
Doesn't matter. I'll tell my kid, you can kick rocks. We ain't paying for this.
So families are
That's
going to go
insane.
see this. I think it's going to work. Families are going to go see this.
Yeah, it's gonna work. I believe it will.
Why? For 6 months later for you to get the movie for free and you already paid $30 for it? And then it's not like you can connect it to movies anywhere or anything.
True.
So you ever cancel your Disney account, bam, you lost $30.
True. Find a
No
way to
way.
record it.
Not cool.
Which you can record if you. I'm not gonna. No, never mind. Man, that's gonna make bootlegging really easy. I mean, not that I do such a thing, but that would make that really easy.
Sure.
I don't. I'm not going to federal prison. Squeeze me. But okay, what do you think about? I think they should lower the price. The $19.99 seem more fair than a lot of other places are doing. I don't know why they're doing $29.99.
Because it's Disney. They
Do
be
you-
feeling themselves.
So this is just a test. Now we're talking about Mulan. Do you think this is going to work for other movies?
I think it would if it didn't cost $30. You know what I mean? If they said, hey, here's Black Widow or Tenet or something, I would absolutely pay for it. I would.
I think this is probably how things are going to be for a while because theaters aren't really going to be opening up, not well anyway, even if they try, for a long time. So they want to release these. Of course, there's some movies they want to release in theaters. I think they're blockbusters they're trying to hold on to.
Right.
But if Mulan does really well and it makes its money back, then you might see some of the MCU movies do this in the future, I think.
Well, I feel like the MCU movies is a little different. Like, I agree, Milan is definitely a test because them releasing an MCU movie on Disney Plus to me just makes sense. Like, I feel like you'll definitely get your money because you already have that crowd or whatever, you know?
Yeah.
I feel like the real test would be if it was someone different, like if was Wonder Woman or something, you know what I mean? It's like, how would Wonder Woman do if it was released on demand only?
I don't know about Wonder Woman's pretty popular. Maybe a different franchise.
Well, I don't know another blockbuster. A Quiet Place. There you go.
Okay.
A Quiet Place too.
Yeah.
Like, how would it fare if it was on demand only?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'll pay.
I mean, I would absolutely.
Yeah, I would pay for it. But here's the thing: just like we talked about with the 1999 movies, Don, you could also do the same thing, even though you're going to permanently own it, quote unquote. If it's a movie you really want to see, let's say it's Black Widow, you can still get 5 friends and say, "Hey, let's go in on this $30 movie."
True.
And y'all all watch it at your house. If you got a projector, even better, because then it's like a movie.
And you keep it.
And you keep it.
That's the only way it works because that's the only way I'll ever pay $30 for it.
Yeah. So, I mean, I feel like people will do that too. Just create their own events when we can actually have events.
Yeah, just remember to wear a mask and stay 6 feet apart.
Right. Did you guys know that around here you can rent out a movie theater
Really? Well, yeah, they're all empty.
for like $50? I'm like, it was like surprisingly cheap.
For $50? Wow.
Maybe even a little less.
I mean, where else are they going to get money from? It's empty. Ain't nobody
yeah,
else doing
and then
anything.
it's like you can bring your own movie if you wanted to too.
Huh. That sounds awesome.
I know. I finally read our community newsletter that I never read in the beginning.
I don't read mine either. They keep putting papers at the end of my driveway, and I'm like, why? Stop this. I get my news elsewhere.
It was really interesting. I was like, oh, there's a lot of stuff that goes on around here. I had no idea.
Oh, I probably should read them. I've been wanting to go to a drive-in, but I keep forgetting to look.
There's one at the high school. They're showing Frozen 2 though, so
I have vowed to never see the Frozen movies. And
I agree with you.
I have a daughter now, and she's not with me.
Exactly.
Not with me. I don't want to watch it. But yeah, okay. I think this might work for Disney. I think their price is steep, but I think it's still going to work.
I think it's too high. Because, I mean, even think about this. The average Blu-ray player, I mean, not Blu-ray player, but like Blu-ray with physical disc is like $24. $20 to $24. So, Disney, why are you charging me an extra $5?
Excuse you, sir.
Oh. Excuse me.
What?
You didn't hear him just burp into his microphone?
No, I was talking.
Sorry, Blu-rays are $25. Go ahead, Don.
Right, but I'm saying like Blu-rays are between $20 and $25. So I don't see where Disney got this $30 from, besides it just trying to rob us of more money.
They're trying to make their money back faster. That's what they're trying to do.
Man, forget you, Disney. I'm already paying you $7 a month.
No, you're not. You delete yours anyway. What we'll do?
That's she's not even paying.
I'm too paying. Well, you know, I'm not
she's paying for Disney Plus. She's not paying for Netflix.
Excuse me.
Yes.
You downloaded on my PlayStation. It's mine.
Yeah, that PlayStation's gone now. So right?
It may not work, but
all right, you're still using a Netflix account though.
You know what? It was a fair trade-off.
Okay.
You don't think it was a fair trade-off?
Fine.
I think it was a fair trade-off.
What's that? That was before I was married, so this has been 9 years.
What's your point?
It's 9 years of Netflix payments.
I gave you a car and you gave me Netflix. I feel like
All right, fine. All right. I guess that's fair.
okay then.
It's a fair Toyota. All right. Well, I think what 3D Rivals is going to do is any movies that we will watch from this, we will be sharing the costs to reduce the $30 fee.
It's because we have somebody cheap on our production.
Why? I mean, do we each want to pay $30? No.
Wait, that's $90. You want to shell out $90 for a movie you're not even gonna like? No.
Nope. I'll pass.
So then,
Yeah.
we'll share the cost.
I'm going to pass on that.
No.
All right.
And I'm not cheap.
Huh?
I'm like, and I'm not cheap. Y'all ridiculous.
You're right. You're not cheap.
Okay.
And you know why you're not cheap?
Why?
Because you chose to go with Wait, no, that doesn't make sense. No, I was going to try and do a segue, but then it makes it sound like Buzzsprout's expensive.
Hey, hold on. I had news before you go into that.
Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
Oh gosh.
All right. So we know this
okay.
probably will change, but Marvel has released the new dates for the movies that are coming out for Phase 4.
They have new release dates. Okay.
Yeah. Black Widow, November 6th, 2020. Eternals, February 12th, 2021. Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, May 7th, 2021. Spider-Man Homecoming 3, December 17th, 2021. Thor, Love and Thunder, February 11th, 2022. Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, March 25th, 2022. Black Panther 2, May 6th, 2022. And Captain Marvel 2, 2022.
Okay. I'm going to say Black Widow definitely is not coming out in November.
No, it's not.
Yeah. Yeah. Because, I mean, were they done? They were done filming,
No, it's
right?
done. The movie's done.
It was done. It was 2 months from coming out when we all went into lockdown.
Hey, so maybe they're going to test this Milan thing. And
Mulan. I was going to leave it, but
you could have just left it.
No.
And if it works out, maybe they will do Black Widow the same way.
I doubt it.
depends on how much money they make. But Black Widow production definitely costs more than Mulan, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
So it'll be hard. But the hype for Marvel movies are huge. So
I still feel like that would be something they'll have to release everywhere and not just Disney Plus.
yeah, well, Disney Plus isn't everywhere. Yeah. Oh no! It's only for markets that don't get theatrical releases. So United States, China.
Oh, is that what it is? Only us?
Yeah. So everyone else will get to see it in the movie theater.
Oh, still everyone doesn't have Disney. Even though Disney Plus is in America, everyone doesn't have it.
Yeah,
They
it's
would
because
get it.
we don't know how to act right, so we got to stay inside.
Yeah. Well, I mean, people may not have Disney Plus, but I bet you they would sign up to see this movie.
Then you're paying $7 plus $30. That's a lot of money.
Get 10 friends,
You don't pay
and it's $3.
$7 though. $7 doesn't come until after the 30
Okay,
days.
but remember, Disney very conveniently got rid of their free trial when they dropped Hamilton.
They did.
They were guaranteed to get $7 out of you.
Because they knew people were going to sign up, watch Hamilton, and then drop it.
Right.
So they very conveniently was like, oh yeah, what do we drop this? So it's the same thing. They're guaranteed to get $7 out of you, plus an extra $30.
People would still do it, though.
Man, look, I don't know where money don't grow on trees. They need to slow their roll.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Well, you get 10 friends, right? That's $3 a piece. You good.
I feel like I shouldn't have to come to that.
well, they're trying something. But we'll see. We'll see what happens.
And then my final thing of news. I know last week, Darren, you brought out Miss Marvel being out in Phase 4.
Yeah.
They did confirm that she will be an Inhuman.
Okay.
And another character that will be introduced in Phase 4 is She-Hulk.
Yeah, that's not new. She-Hulk has a TV show.
There's going to be a TV show?
Yes, on Disney Plus. Where have you been? We mentioned it on our podcast.
I don't recall.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, there's a She-Hulk TV show. It was announced at the same time as Ms. Marvel. Yep. Obviously, we are professional podcasters, and we make it look really easy, and that's because it is easy and inexpensive. Excuse me, to do a podcast. So what I wanted to let everyone know about was Buzzsprout. It's an easy way to jump into a podcast if you actually want to do one yourself. You know, talk about anything. Talk about movies with your siblings or whatever. Buzzsprout is hands down the easiest and best way to launch and promote and track your podcast. Your show can be online and listed in all major podcast directories like Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Google Podcasts within minutes of finishing recording. And I can say that is 100% true because it is definitely up there after we record our podcast every Sunday. So if you want to start your podcast and check out Buzzsprout, make sure to click the affiliate link that we have. It supports this podcast, and it will be in the comments below. With that being said, we'll move on to our main topic, which is Thor, the darker world than this world, because it's red, not blue. Okay. What did you guys think about Thor the Dark World?
It's still bad. Like, you know, like after watching it, you think you might have a different appreciation for the movie or whatever, but nah, it's not good.
I think I'm going to say that it's the worst MCU movie, from my opinion.
Yeah. And when watching it, we watched it yesterday. It was less boring than Iron Man 3. But I still think it's a worse movie, and I say that because nothing happens with these characters. Even as a standalone movie, even if it's not a part of the MCU, it's still a bad movie. The characters don't grow; things just happen, right? Thor is still the same Thor at the beginning of the movie that he is at the end.
I feel like that's like my biggest thing. Like, Thor is boring in this movie, even though, like, okay, his mom died, his brother, quote unquote, died. It was just kind of nothingness. The elves were supposed to be this threat, never felt like a real threat because, one, they were easily beaten. So I was just like, you know, they stormed Asgard. I'm like, oh, it takes one punch to drop them. So I don't know. It was just, I think you've got like the lack of character growth, the lack of character development. I felt like they really tried to push this Jane Foster Thor storyline to it, which I always just felt kind of annoying because, first of all, it's been 2 years between movies. Why is she still pining over this dude? I don't know.
Because he's Thor Hemsworth. That's why she's pining over him.
At this point, you assume he ain't coming back.
True. 100%.
I mean, the lady from Castaway didn't wait that long for Tom Hanks.
That's messed up.
Saying. She's like, oh, I thought you were dead. Oh, well. She got kids now. I don't know if she had kids in the movie, but whatever. She got married, had kids, blah, blah, blah. She's like, oh, still alive. I moved on. So seriously, Jane, move on.
It's only been 2 years, though.
Only been 2 years?
And 2 years is a long time.
2 years is a long time. Dude straight up came back to New York. He definitely didn't drop a hello to you. Like, yo, he was not thinking about you. Just saying.
Well, how is he going to talk to her when he came back in New York, though?
Did he leave right away, right?
Yeah, he had to take a war criminal to prison.
Yo, there was time between that and him bringing Loki back. He could have dropped Loki in the
The Rainbow Bridge was fixed.
Oh yeah, they did fix the Rainbow Bridge.
Exactly. So if he really wanted to come back, he could have. Instead, he was chilling in Asgard with Lady Sif, and that was that. He was not thinking about no Jane
Hey,
Foster.
I mean, if I was Thor, I'd be chilling in Asgard with Lady Sif too. I don't know about this whole Jane thing, but Lady Sif was right there. Just saying.
Just saying. He had more
Just
chemistry
saying.
with her anyways.
Yeah. I hope they bring her back to the movies. She just dropped off in Thor 3.
Yeah. But I
Yeah.
don't think it's the story for her.
I don't know.
They killed everybody.
Yeah, she's not
Hey,
dead
maybe
though.
she was filming Blind Spot.
That's why she was filming Blonde Spot. That's why she was.
Yeah.
That's
She wasn't
why.
in the movie at all. Yeah.
Another issue is like there's this B plot with the people on Earth studying the convergence and whatever, and I don't know. It seems like two different movies. Like it doesn't really work for me. It's funny because Darcy's in it and she's funny, but yeah. Other than that, it's just bad.
This whole movie could have did without the normal humans. Honestly. They
Just-
could have did it without all of it.
Just take place
I
in.
mean, yeah,
in
they
space.
could have just had. I mean, yeah, I was thinking they could have just had Jane Foster, but I mean, I guess you couldn't have her without everybody else.
No, I'm saying you don't even need Jane Foster. Just write her out. Bye. They could have did without the whole thing. They
No,
could
but
find-
like how Pepper Potts is to Iron Man, Jane Foster is to Thor.
Yeah, except for this Pepper Potts I like. I don't like Jane Foster in this. She's bland and boring. So if she's not adding to the movie, take her out of the movie.
They did in Thor Ragnarok. They took her out completely. So yeah, I don't know. She doesn't really work. The villain is forgettable as well. It's like who's this guy? I don't know. Like he doesn't really have a connection to the main character. He's just some villain. And I feel like they're better when they have a connection to the main character in some way.
I don't know. I'm fine with just a villain if this just a villain was someone better than how they had it. Apparently he's really strong in the comics or something. I don't know, but the interpretation on the screen was not done well. It was just
And his plan to spread red goo all over the universe wasn't that exciting.
it wasn't exciting. And then I feel like at the end of the day he was really easy to beat.
True. Yeah.
Yeah, that fight was anticlimactic.
Underwhelming, yeah, very.
Yeah.
The highlights of this movie, I say, is Frigga's fight. That was a great scene. The funeral scene for her, which
First fight scene in the beginning of the movie
what when they're on the other
that
planet.
had more action. Yeah,
I don't know if it's a highlight for me.
Are you talking about the fight scene when they were saving those people?
yeah.
Yeah, from whatever realm they were on, the forest realm. What? This is a bunch of trees. And then Loki obviously is a highlight of this film. I think he was really good. The scene between him and Frigga, I thought was good.
All of his scenes were good.
Yeah, actually, I think he got the most character building through the movie out
Absolutely.
of all the characters.
I think it was kind of like his redemption in this movie where you see like he's still a bad guy, but maybe he's not so bad.
Right.
Yeah, I think this definitely was. He's the only good thing in this movie, and he definitely had a little bit of more character depth than the other people in this movie.
Yeah. So, I don't like this movie. And you know how I said with Iron Man 3, and I was like, yeah, but if it was on TV or something, I was doing something, I would have it on and watch it on the side. Yeah, I would not do that with this movie.
You still believe, even after watching Iron Man 3 again, if it came on, you would watch it?
Not like
Yeah, I would.
full-fledged watch it. I would have it on the
Would you?
TV. Yeah.
I was got so bored watching it.
It was boring.
I will watch it.
I would
Like I wouldn't. I'm the same with Darren. Like it'd be on, and I'd be doing other stuff, but I have it on. Thor the Dark World, though, I would change the channel.
No,
I would not watch it.
absolutely not. So that was clearly our thoughts on Thor the Dark World. Dawn, did you have some extracurricular things?
Is that what we calling these now?
No, I just thought of that and I couldn't get the word out of my mouth either. So,
Okay.
but yeah, did you have some extra stuff?
Yes, my random movie facts. That is what I'm calling them. Okay, so originally Loki
Do we need a
was
theme song for that? Random movie facts. Boom.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right. Originally, Loki was not going to appear in the movie.
Oh, that
But
would
the
have
script
been
was
horrible.
right. This movie without Loki is just blah. The script was rewritten to give him a big role. I'm glad you guys did that because he was the best part of the movie.
They probably did that because he had so much fan love come from his 2 movies that he was in.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Give the people what they want. But I mean, I can't even imagine what this would be if he wasn't in it. It's just I don't know. I mean, Tom Hiddleston is just so great at it. It's like, you know, like this dude be really acting while everyone else is doing whatever it is they do. Yeah, so yep, glad y'all guys did that. All right. Natalie Portman really did slap Chris Hemsworth and punch Tom Hiddleston because apparently she can't fake hit people.
You're an actress. What do you mean you can't fake hit people?
Apparently she wasn't good at it. She kept doing takes and takes, and then she's like, well, I'm just going to slap this dude, and did that 1,000 times too. And maybe she just got off on hitting people because she could. Who knows?
What? I mean, like, that's the one thing, like, you have to fake hit people. I mean, sometimes they do it for real. Usually with stunt doubles. But...
Right. But, I mean, like, there is this like...
Well, you can't...
It was like a fight, and, oh, this guy hit me for real. He was just standing there, and you just slapped him.
Yeah, like, you couldn't do a real slap, but pull it?
I guess not. Because what's-his-face got really punched in the face? Tom Hiddleston.
She can't pull her punches?
I mean, it's got to be believable, so...
Oh, they fake hit people all the time. What are you talking about? That's like
All the
movie
time.
101.
Yeah, I know, but I was saying, like, maybe her fake doing it looked faked.
Yeah, that's what they're saying. That's why they did it for real, because she sucks. Yeah. See, you see why I had my rant about Natalie Portman?
I know. I'm going to give you another chance later on, too. Okay?
Okay.
All right. The mid-credit scene was directed by James Gunn and tied into the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Okay, we were saying that. So it was directed by James Gunn.
It was. And incidentally, he also rewrote a few scenes. Apparently, the scene where Loki turns into Captain America...
Perfect. See,
yes.
He should have done this movie. Might have been better.
Yeah, I really do. That was a good scene. It was funny. Okay, so apparently the director, Alan Taylor, was not happy how the movie turned out. He says the studio turned it into a different movie during post-production. I don't know how different. I mean, what's post-production? Lighting and sound and music?
I won't pretend that I completely know how movies are made, but I think it can happen. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt here, because this was the time when I feel like Disney and Marvel put like too much of their hand into the director's work. Like, of course you need Marvel there to kind of guide it. But remember, this is why we lost the original Ant-Man director. And after doing Avengers 2, Joss Whedon quit.
I mean, I absolutely agree, you know, that Disney probably was like all up in that dude's business. But I feel like how different could they made the movie in post-production is my question. I know nothing about movies, so maybe they could have really did change the whole thing.
It's possible.
Because, I mean, I kind of just feel like it was always a bad movie.
Yeah. But yeah. I mean, you never know. It might have been better. We'll never know. And I'm not one of those fans that's like, release the Taylor cut. no, just leave this as a bad movie. We're okay. We got eventually a good Thor movie, so we're fine.
Yeah, because I mean, he was also saying it was difficult to work within their time constraints because, you know, Disney's is like, it got to come out November, whatever, and it has to come out November, whatever, because they got another movie coming out right behind it. So I can see how that could also be annoying.
Yeah, that hasn't changed though. So I think,
no, it hasn't.
I think by now the directors know that, like, hey, if I get signed on to do a Marvel movie, it's going to be like crunch time all the time.
Think about it. They set the dates for Phase 4 way before these movies was like in pre-production. They're like, this movie is coming out now.
Yep.
And it's like, you got to meet their schedule. Which is annoying. I can get that. Which also ties into the fact that Patty Jenkins was originally going to direct the movie, but she backed out due to quote-unquote creative differences.
Oh, the Wonder Woman one.
Yes, she directed Wonder Woman. I feel like she would have been the better director.
For Thor? Considering how she did in Wonder Woman, I think she would have been great directing Thor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that if that was the same tonally, absolutely, I feel like that would have been great.
Yeah, that definitely would have been better. But see, that's the thing. And I feel like Phase 2 with Marvel was kind of like that. Like, they really did... I think they stepped on, because I still feel like even though Age of Ultron is better now, and I feel like they set up too much stuff in the movie, right?
Yeah, I think that. But then you have movies like Winter Soldier didn't feel like that.
They did,
I mean, they were setting up stuff, but I think it all depends on the type of directors you have. You know what I mean? Like when you have directors like the Russo brothers or whatever, people who are like already passionate about nerdy stuff.
Yeah.
It's a lot easier to get them on board to do, hey, let's throw in this comic booky thing, you know. Same thing with James Gunn, you know. They say, hey, we need you to, you know, give us the history of the Infinity Stones. And he's like, okay, no problem.
Yeah, and I will get to it more when we talk about Guardians of the Galaxy. But, yeah, they made him do that, and he tied it into the movie seamlessly. It doesn't seem like it was anybody were like, hey, do this. He made it. It seems like that was always the plot of the entire movie, right?
Yeah.
So he did a good job there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you're right. You need the right directors for it.
Yeah. I think, you know, especially since, yeah, you need those nerdy people who are more likely to be like, okay, sure, I'll do it, no problem, than those, like, serious people. But they're like, no, I want to make this passionate film. And Marvel's like, nah. Yeah. Okay, that was all I have for random movie facts. I do have some nitpicks.
Really? That was all the random movie facts. Okay.
There's not a lot. And I was watching extra stuff, but this movie just so uninteresting.
All right.
I didn't really want to deep dive.
Before you get to your nitpicks, I have a nitpick.
All right.
My nitpick is Thor the Dark World.
Just the movie itself?
Just the movie. That is my nitpick for this movie. The entire movie. No, go ahead with your nitpicks.
All right. Okay, so in the scene where the elves first come up in their ship or whatever, right? And Heimdall starts running and he takes out one of the ships.
Yeah.
Why didn't he just turn the shield on?
True.
Right, he wastes time taking out one ship when there's 1,000 ships behind it. Then you run back to turn the shield on. You could have turned the shield on right away because you were standing there. Then by the time they got there,
the first thing he should have did was turn on the shield, and then went after the ship.
And then, like, how weak is the ship? Like, the dude stabbed it with a sword, and I was like, end of that. I mean, dude, that's all it takes. I wouldn't even be worried about these dudes showing up.
Also stabbed, like, the engine thing, though, too. He blew out one of
Too easy.
Yeah, he threw the sword into the engine, which I guess that would...
They even got backup engines?
I don't know.
Is that not how we make planes?
They made their ships before our universe was created, so maybe they just weren't that smart.
Okay, and then, like, you know, I know Asgard is, like, you know, back in the time a little bit, but you ain't got no way to warn the people?
True, yeah. Where was the alarm or warning? You think
There's
seeing
no
the
panic button?
Seeing the shield go up was the warning?
Yeah, and then how some guy who sees all can never see things until it's right in front of him? That ain't special. They were already there. You didn't see these dudes come through the portal?
All right, you know, I have a nitpick before you continue. Natalie Portman sticking her hand in a glowy rock. What's wrong with you?
No, look, Natalie Portman is my last nitpick, so we're gonna save that. Fine. I got a nitpick just for her.
Okay.
All right. Now, still talking about this shield. How did the giant elf guy know where the shield power room was? Like, he just goes in there and destroys it before the shield is up. Like, how did you know it was there? How did you know you were looking for it? I don't understand this.
You know what? That's a good point.
It's, like, very convenient.
Yeah, because it's not like they studied Asgard. Maybe they did. They were in war with Asgard before.
But when they sleep?
For thousands of years? Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, makes no sense.
Yeah.
All right. How convenient is it that everything happened in London? I mean, like, I'm like, oh, this is very convenient. The convergence is in London. Oh, where do we need to go? Around the corner from where we already are? Like, seriously?
Yeah. Yeah, I was talking about that. It was interesting that the central part of the convergence was exactly where they were. And, like, they do the whole... they had that whole map scene with them figuring out where the convergence is. And they're like, triangulating all the points where they found weirdness. And they're like, oh, it will be at the center for some reason. They never explain why it would be at the center.
You could do those lines in any direction, and they could have landed up in any other city.
Yeah, but here's the thing. You didn't even need any of that explanation because when the giant spaceship lands in the spot, that's where you go. So that didn't even need to be in the movie at all. We didn't.
But that's how the people didn't need to be in the movie because they added nothing to it.
Yeah, because you could have just said, hey, big spaceship, Thor goes there, and we all would have been fine with that.
Yep.
He could have been watching the news in his jammies, like, oh man, there's a big spaceship. So that's what I feel. But okay.
Okay. It's stupid. All right. This seems like something the Avengers would get called in for, right? I'm gonna do this in every. Like, I just feel like this is something the Avengers should be called in for.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of like that in every movie, right?
I mean, this is exactly like New York. Crazy space monsters come and destroy a city. I feel like you call up RDJ like, hey, get your suit ready.
And we know he can fly somewhere really quick.
Really quick. Where is Iron Man at?
Yeah. Yeah, where's Iron Man? That's a good question. He should have showed up.
Yeah.
Well, it's the same in Iron Man 3 when it was in the newspapers that Iron Man is dead because of some terrorists, and Captain America doesn't. And Captain America is a part of S.H.I.E.L.D. now, right? He doesn't respond to that.
Well, we already talked about how S.H.I.E.L.D. should have been in Iron Man 3. It made a better movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, this was definitely an Avengers threat, especially since y'all just got done dealing with aliens, and obviously you see Thor fighting one by himself.
Yeah. It's feel like, right, creepy stuff is happening to the worlds, right? Everything is lining up. There's portals showing up. Cars are floating. I don't know. Seems weird enough to me that S.H.I.E.L.D. might want to get on this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair.
All right. So Eric Selvig, is that his name?
Selvig, yeah.
So he was crazy and then he was conveniently not crazy anymore?
No, I think he was still crazy.
No. That dude snapped to it real quick.
No, he threw his meds away, but remember after that, when Thor came, he was still not wearing pants.
That was it? This dude was running around naked all of a sudden he can limit his crazy to tighty whities?
Well, maybe his friends was like, look, dude, you gotta at least wear underwear, you know? So.
No, dude all of a sudden wasn't, because he was running around with Jane, playing with that stupid computer thing, doing nothing. I'm like, oh, I'm glad he got his wits back. I thought, getting messed in the head did something to him, but I guess not.
I want to point out, I've been watching someone on YouTube. It was first time watching these Marvel movies, and they liked Thor: The Dark World, but catch this,
That's crazy.
Did not like Winter Soldier.
Okay, no. Whoever that person is, you need to stop. Find someone else.
Yeah, I was like, what? But anyway, I just thought I'd mention that because we just rewatched this movie and I was like, I don't understand how you like this movie. But okay. But everyone has their own taste.
But the plot is so weak.
They also didn't like Far From Home. And I was like, go somewhere.
Okay.
But okay. Is there another nitpick or you got other stuff?
I got more. Come on now.
Oh, okay. Well, I said Thor the Dark World was the nitpick, but...
All right, continue.
All right, so maybe this is not a nitpick, but more of I'm just mad they didn't really give us more. Like, what happened to Odin? You know what I mean? It's like, they show like, oh, hey, Loki's the ruler now, but never really tells you what happened to Odin, even after the fact. The director's just like, yeah, we don't really know. And I bring this up because, like, I forgot that Odin wasn't around anymore until I saw Thor Ragnarok.
He explained to him Thor Ragnarok of what happened.
But I forgot about it, so it was so weak and pointless. You might as well have told us something.
Yeah, but they just threw that on the next director. Like, hey, figure that out.
Exactly, because they had no clue where to go with that. I'm like, because even in Thor Ragnarok, when Loki is doing that stupid play thing, I was just like, oh, what is Loki doing? It did not dawn on me until he found him in Norway. Like, oh, yeah, I forgot Loki got rid of him. It was just so weird. I felt like we needed more, and they didn't give it to us.
Well, yeah. True. Okay. I don't have anything to say about it. You're right.
All right, my last nitpick. Natalie Portman. I know I get on you for always talking about her, but you are right. Like, I have never been more bored with a person than I have been watching Natalie Portman in this movie.
Yes.
Just no. I can't with her. It makes no sense. I'm just so done.
Well, that was a nitpick.
Well, we get to look forward to seeing her in Love and Thunder.
We get to look forward to seeing her as Thor. Wow, I'm so happy for that. Oh man, no, it's like, okay, I don't know, and I mean, even if you watch the Star Wars prequels, it's like, is Natalie Portman a shining example in those movies? No,
she plays it just like she plays those. It's just silent nothingness.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, she was so pointless. Like, I'd have liked it better if she'd have got the little ether thing and then went crazy and he had to stop her like a fake The Last Stand or something. That'd have been better.
That would have been a better movie. Instead of doing the Dark Elves, it's just that. And instead of them trying to make the world whatever, the ether compels people to do that. So she starts trying to... because of the convergence, because it makes sense, right? She got sucked into the portal where the ether was. It jumped into her body, right? Mm-hmm. So it could have controlled her and made her want to do the little red gooey thing to all the realms. That would have been such a better movie.
Yeah.
We need to be writers.
We should.
Hire me, Marvel.
Yeah, because again, it doesn't make any sense. Okay, first of all, for something to be hidden, I felt like it was found pretty easily.
No, it wasn't really well hidden.
Right?
Thor's grandfather sucks, but go ahead.
And so then I just I don't know.
Though, and that's so many thousands of years.
Yeah, but they knew about the convergence. They lived for over 5,000 years, as they mentioned in this movie.
So you're saying every 1,000 years you're going to risk someone running into this thing to be stupid like her and be like, hey, here's a glowing rock.
Let me stick my hand in it.
Like, come on. Who does that? Just dumb. And then, okay, in the collector scene, how did they get it back? To put it into the rock to give it to the collector. I
thought about that because Malekith still had it and then he got crushed by a ship.
Exactly. So where did it go?
Was it just floating on the Dark World, or
is that what? I don't know. They should have explained that.
They never did. No, they just had it.
Just like that Odin thing. It was just a thing that happened. Don't think about it.
Looks like bad writing.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, that's it for the nitpicks.
Yep. Best quote? I didn't have one.
Your birthright was to die. That was the best quote.
Doesn't that just make Odin? I told y'all Odin was a horrible person.
He is a horrible person, but you gotta give it to Anthony Hopkins on that. He brings his A game. He was like, I don't care what this movie is, A game in the acting. A game.
I mean, he's great in this movie and all, but just and like I'm kind of mad they killed Rene Russo. Just
yeah, man, this sucks.
And think like they did it only to bring Thor and Loki together, and I'm like, you didn't need that to do that.
Yeah.
No, you could have brought them together for any other thing.
But I mean, she also isn't like an important character that has to stay alive throughout the MCU. So
she doesn't, but I liked her, especially because she was in such a weak movie. I'd rather see more of her than anything else.
Okay.
All right, so are we going with your birthright was to die?
I can't think of any other ones, so I'm going to say yeah.
I don't know.
The scene with him trying to fly the ship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was funny.
That's not a quote. That's a whole scene.
That is a whole scene. That is definitely not a quote. So, Derek, you get an F for that.
Yes. Fail for not following directions.
I can't think of any other quotes.
Yeah, nothing that was like good or worthwhile. Ow.
Maybe some of Kat Dennings' lines.
I don't even remember them all.
Yeah. There you go.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Did Loki have any good ones? I know when Thor came to him, he was like, you must really be desperate if you're coming to me.
Yeah, it's not no.
It's not. I'm just trying to think.
The scene with Slavik when
Selvig?
he was
Goodness.
Selvig when he had the shoes.
Oh.
When he was like, "Do you have any questions?" And the dude was like, "Yeah, can I get my shoe back?"
Stanley.
Nope. I'm gonna fail you on that. That was not memorable.
Well, and any Stan Lee scene, I just agreed on. Any Stan Lee scene is memorable, so I don't think it counts.
No. Let's not do that. No.
Yes.
No.
Yes. You remember the Stan Lee scenes.
Yeah.
That does not. No, it's not making the best quote list. Not at all.
Well, I said it doesn't go on the best quote because like every Stan Lee scene is memorable, so it doesn't count. Those are Stan Lee scenes.
Yes, I just feel like this movie sucks, so it wasn't even nothing.
Well, let's rate it.
Was that pure torture?
Yep, I'm going with pure torture.
Yeah, pure torture. Wow, and I rated Iron Man 3 Watch My Folding Clothes. But
I told you not to do that.
Because I was still, even though it was boring, I would still watch it over this because this movie was nothing. So pure torture.
I'm telling you, this is the worst MCU movie, hands down.
We should have went back to see how we rated it when we did our list.
I'm pretty sure we put it on the bottom.
I feel like we had an argument about this because you guys were disagreeing with me.
We were disagreeing with you about Iron Man 3.
Yeah, we disagree with you about Iron Man 3.
And Guardians of the Galaxy, which we're not wrong about because you're weird for not liking that movie.
It's not a good movie,
I want to say that Thor the Dark World is probably either last or second to last on our list. I want to say that it's last because I don't think
what would be below it.
Yeah, I don't think we would. I don't think we gave in to Dawn's description of how she don't like Iron Man 3.
No, he didn't. She got. I wrote it.
I ended up being right because we rewatched it and you guys didn't like it, and Iron Man 3 should have been further down the list.
Fine.
Mm-hmm.
Thor the Dark World is pure torture. So if you want to watch it, if you feel like torturing yourself, go ahead. There you go. There's that.
If you want to take a nap.
Also that.
Also that. Well, that's our episode. Next week, we're going to be talking about X-Men. The first X-Men.
Yes. Wow. Like, what was that?
What, 2000?
Yeah, 2000.
Yeah, 2000. Yeah, so the first X-Men movie.
20 years ago.
Absolutely. We're going to be looking at that in an X-Men rewind, I guess. We might be looking at them as they hit Disney Plus. So
We can do that.
that'll be fun for us to go revisit those movies as well. So I know a lot of you love the X-Men movies, so make sure you catch our next episode on that. That would definitely be fun. Maybe pop in the movie, watch it yourself before you watch or listen to the podcast, and come up with your own conclusions. Other than that, if you want to reach out to us, you can. On Facebook, it's facebook.com/3D Rivals. Also, you can tweet at us on the Twitters, 3D Rivals at Twitter, or no, it's at 3_Rivals. That's the Twitter handle. Excuse me. At 3_Rivals, or you can email us at Gmail, 3drivals@gmail.com. Other than that, thank you so much for listening, guys, and peace out.
Peace out.